Welcome to John's Maths book. In this video we're going to be looking at subtracting mixed numbers. So let's look at what a mixed number is. A mixed number has an integer part and a fractional part. An example here of 5 and 2/7. So the integer part is 5 and the fractional part is 2/7. Now note that the fractional part is a proper fraction. So a mixed number is an integer part and a proper fraction. A proper fraction is where the numerator is less than the denominator. And in this case, 2 is less than 7, and it's a proper fraction. Let's now look at an example of how we subtract mixed numbers. So let's look at 2 1/5 minus 1 1/6. First thing we need to do when we subtract mixed numbers is to convert each of the mixed numbers to improper fractions. And the way we do that is we multiply the integer part by the denominator, add the numerator, and then divide by the denominator. So let's see how that works. So 2 1/5 converted to an improper fraction is 2 times 5 plus 1 divided by 5, and then 1 1/6, so we have a minus there. So 1 times 6 plus 1 divided by 6. So let's expand that out. 2 times 5 is 10 plus 1 is 11. So that's 11 divided by 5 minus 1 times 6 is 6 plus 1 is 7 divided by 6. Now we need to work out the lowest common denominator of these two improper fractions. So the denominators are 5 and 6. So we want the lowest common multiple of the two. So let's write out some of the multiples of 5 and 6 to see if we can find what the lowest one is, which is in common. So 1 times 5 is 5, 2 times 5 is 10, then we have 3 times 5 is 15, then 4 times 5 is 20, 5 times 5 is 25, 6 times 5 is 30. Let's stop there for now. And if we do the same for 6, so we have 1 times 6 is 6, 2 times 6 is 12, 3 times 6 is 18, 4 times 6 is 24, 5 times 6 is 30. And as you can see, we have a common multiple, which is 30 of both 5 and 6. So that's our lowest common denominator in this case. So let's write that in. The lowest common denominator is 30. Now let's work out the numerator. So we do that by dividing 5 into 30 and then multiplying by the numerator. So the denominator into the common denominator and then multiplying by the numerator. So for 11 over 5, we divide 5 into 30, which gives 6 times 11, and then minus. And then for 7 over 6, 6 into 30 goes 5 times, multiplied by 7. So let's expand that out. So 6 times 11 is 66, minus 5 times 7 is 35, divided by 30. So 66 minus 35 is 31 divided by 30. So that's an improper fraction. So we need to convert that now to a mixed number. So the way we do that is divide 30 into 31 and see how many times that goes exactly. And that'll give us our integer part. So 30 goes into 31 once exactly. So once, and we have a remainder of 1. So it's 1 divided by 30. So the answer is 1 1/30. For exercise number 1, let's do 3 1/3 minus 1 2/5. Pause the video now and see if you can work out the correct answer. So hopefully you got the correct answer. So let's first convert the two mixed numbers to improper fractions. So the first one, 3 1/3, is 3 times 3 plus 1, which is 10, divided by 3, minus, the second one is 1 times 5 is 5, plus 2, 7 divided by 5. So now let's find our lowest common denominator. So we want multiples of 3 and multiples of 5. We want them to equal. So the lowest one is 15. As we know, we can get a common denominator by multiplying the two denominators together. So 3 times 5 is 15, but it won't always be the lowest ones. So we'd have to simplify later on, but in this case it is. So let's work out the new numerator. So we divide 3 into 15, goes 5 times, multiplied by 10, minus 5 into 15 goes 3 times, multiplied by 7. So that is 50, that's 5 times 10, minus 3 times 7, which is 21, divided by 15. So 15 minus 21 is 29, divided by 15. So now we need to work out our integer part. So we say how many times does 15 go into 29 exactly, and that only goes in once. And there's a remainder of 14 in this case. That's divided by 15. So the answer is 1 14/15. For exercise number 2, let's try 5 1/7 minus 2 2/3. Pause the video now and see if you can work out the correct answer. So hopefully you got the correct answer. So let's see how we go. So convert the mixed numbers to improper fractions. So 5 1/7 converts to 5 times 7 plus 1. So 7 5s is 35, plus 1 gives 36, divided by 7, minus 2 times 3 plus 2. So 2 3s is 6, plus 2 is 8, divided by 3. So what's the common denominator? So we have denominators of 7 and 3. So multiples of 7 and multiples of 3. The lowest common denominator is 21. So let's work out the numerator. So we do that by dividing 7 into 21. That goes 3 times. 3 times, and then multiply by the numerator, which is 36, minus 3 into 21 goes 7 times, multiplied by 8. So 3 times 36 is 108, minus 7 times 8, which is 56. And that's divided by 21. So 108 minus 56 is 52, divided by 21. So that's our improper fraction. So how many times does 21 go into 52 exactly? So it goes in twice. So 21 times 2 gives 42. So it goes in twice. So that's our integer value. So it goes in twice with a remainder of 10. 10 divided by 21. So our answer is 2 and 10 21sts. For exercise number 3, let's do 4 and 1/7 minus 3 1/4. Pause the video now and see if you can work out the answer. So hopefully you got the answer. So let's work through it. So convert in the mixed numbers to improper fractions. So 4 and 1/7 is 7 times 4 plus 1. So 7 4 is 28. Plus 1 is 29. So we have 29 over 7 minus 3 times 4, which is 12, plus 1, which is 13, divided by 4. So common denominator, 1 is 7 times 4, which is 28. That is in fact the lowest common denominator in this case. So we have 28. And then work out the numerator. So we say 7 into 28 goes 4 times. 4 times 29 minus 4 into 28 goes 7 times. Multiplied by 13. So 4 times 29 is 116. Minus 7 times 13 is 91. All divided by 28. (116) minus 91 is 25. And that's all divided by 28. So as we can see, the answer is 25 over 28. And that is in fact a proper fraction. So for exercise 4, let's do 5 and 3/5 minus 3 and 1/7. Pause the video now and see if you can work out the correct answer. So let's convert the mixed numbers to improper fractions. So 5 and 3/5 converts to 5 times 5 plus 3 is 28 divided by 5 minus, and then 3 and 1/7 converts to 3 times 7 is 21 plus 1, which is 22 divided by 7. Finding the common denominator, which in this case is 35. So multiples of 5 and 7. The lowest multiple is 35, which is common. And then let's work out the numerator. So 5 into 35 goes 7 times. So 7 times 28 minus 7 into 35 goes 5 times, multiplied by 22. And that gives 196. 7 times 28 is 196, minus 5 times 22, which is 110. That's all divided by 35. So 196 minus 110 is 86. divided by 35. So that's an improper fraction. So let's convert that to a mixed number. So the integer part is, how many times does 35 go into 86 exactly? So it goes in twice. And we have 16 remainder. And that's all divided by 35. So the answer is 2 and 16 over 35. So that concludes this video on subtracting mixed numbers. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you'd like to see more, please like, subscribe and share the videos. Our next video in the series will be multiplying mixed numbers.